Welcome everybody to the Box Hero Sports Show. Hope everybody had an amazing weekend and a good Monday. Let's get straight to it. Um, Breaking news as of this weekend: Kyrie Irving is traded to the Dallas Mavericks. Kyrie Irving and I believe one of the Morris twins. I don't know which one. Traded to the Mavericks for Spencer Dinwiddie, Finney Smith, and a couple of picks. Um, this is what's interesting. Um, the Nets traded Spencer Dinwiddie to um to the Mavericks, and they trade back for him. It just seems like that's kind of weird. um, but let's get into it, man. Here's my thing. you know, the Mavericks had Jalen Brunson as a kind of a 1-2 punch to pair with Luka, and Jalen Brunson played fairly well when they needed him to. And then Spencer Dinwiddie became that guy for Luka. And I don't feel like Luka needed another ball dominant point guard to be paired with. Kyrie's a ball dominant point guard. So you give up a nice two-way player in Finney Smith and a really good a guard and Spencer Dinwiddie for another ball dominant guard. And I feel like the Mavericks lost this trade. I feel like the Mavericks definitely lost the trade because you get Kyrie for 1 year basically. Who knows if he's going to resign at the end of the year or what's going to happen with that, whatever he decides to do. But you give up a really nice guard that was playing really well. You give up a nice D&3 guy, a nice two-way player in Finney Smith, and you give up, 2 picks. Even though the picks aren't until 2029, I believe, you still gave up 2 picks for somebody that's just as ball dominant as Luka and not even guaranteed that he resigns. So what do you what do you trade? Why do you make that trade if you're the Mavericks? If you're the Nets, you're thinking, okay, we get 2 good complementary players that we can win with KD with, and we get 2 future first round picks. Who knows what they turn out to be? And I feel like the Nets, I feel like the Nets came out looking really good in this trade. So I think they definitely won the trade. It was reported that they wanted Russ, Max Christie, Austin Reeves, and the 2 first round picks. Depending on who's coming with Kyrie, I make that trade, man. If you're the Lakers, you're Rob Pelinka, man. You make that trade because Kyrie wants to be in LA. Kyrie has a good chance, very good chance to re-signing with LA. LA's in a win now, in a win now stage. You're not gonna get this LeBron in the next 2 years. You're not gonna get this LeBron. You're not gonna get year 20 LeBron. You're gonna get year 21 and or year 22 LeBron. And it's not gonna be the same as this year's LeBron. AD consistently shows that he cannot be trusted with his health, and Russ is Russ. I mean, you know what you're gonna get out of Russ. Somebody that plays pedal to the metal. He's gonna go at 1,000% every day. But the good, you gotta take it with the bad. You're gonna get the horrible shooting percentage. You're gonna get the horrible turnovers. So, if you're Rob Pelinka, man, you make that trade. But who else is out there for the Lakers? You have, I think if you can go get a Zach LaVine and or DeMar DeRozan, that'd be a good fit. Who else? If you can somehow pry Dame out of Portland, if you can somehow pry Clay out of Golden State, I think the Lakers need to need to. I think they need to get somebody that's not only a game changer, somebody that's gonna be consistent and um, help out LeBron and the Lakers. Because I don't think Russ is that guy that the Lakers need to win a championship. Hashimura was a good pickup, but he's not a game changer. So if you're the Lakers, you need that game changer. You need that game changing person, man. So the Lakers need to somehow make a move and get one of these top tier guys. I will look at Trey Young as well. That's somebody that I believe that's end up going to get traded. That's going to end up get traded. Before the deadline. I think Trey Young is on his way out of Atlanta. If you're the Lakers, why not get a Trey Young's and or a John Collins and give up maybe one or two of those picks in Russell Westbrook and maybe a Pat Bev. I mean, that's a championship team, I believe, with the Lakers. Trey Young, John Collins, or Clint Capella, or Bogon. I know they've been trying to get him for a while since he was with the Kings. Why not make that trade for Trey Young and another complimentary player? You can win a championship with that team. Endless possibilities for the Lakers, man. But I think they need to. I think they need to get on. I think they need to get on something. As for the Cavaliers, do I don't know what's going on with D Mitch, man. He hasn't been the same since he came back from that injury. We're used to Donovan Mitchell scoring 26 plus a night. That's just not happening right now for him. I don't know why. It's kind of weird. But I feel like him and DG are so good, they're not good together. So like, I know it probably don't make sense, but they're so dominant. Like DG last year was going crazy, and you can see this year that he had to step back. He had to step back this year because of Donovan Mitchell was playing out of his freaking mind. I think Donovan Mitchell is the better player, but man, if I'm Cleveland, why not trade Darius Garland for like a Paul George, Kawhi type player? Why not contact the Nets and be like, hey, is KD available? I mean, we got Darius Garland and Evan Mobley, or Darius Garland and we want your players back, or Jared Allen, you know what I'm saying, or Karis LeVert. I think if you pair a Donovan Mitchell with Kevin Durant and a Jared Allen, and still got Kevin Love coming off the bench, still got Karis LeVert. You put KD on. Yes, I'm lobbying for the Cavs to trade for Kevin Durant. That's what's happening right now. I think Kevin Durant can win a championship with this Cavs team, especially with Donovan Mitchell. I think those two will probably be the best duo in the NBA. Donovan Mitchell and Kevin Durant on the same team is fucking scary. Oh my, it's scary. Just think how the defensive game plan will go during practice. Like, who the hell do you guard? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's a very good pairing. I think the Cavaliers need to go out and try to make a trade for Kevin Durant. I don't see them competing with the top. I don't see them competing with the Bucks or the the 76ers or the Boston Celtics without a KD. So if I'm the Cavs, man, I'm pursuing KD. If I'm the Cavs, I will let go Darius Garland. You have Donovan Mitchell to take over the point guarding role. You still have Ricky Rubio if you want to bring him up. If I'm the Cavs, man, I'm going after KD. Like, KD can win a championship with the Cavs this year if he was part of that team. Those are my NBA takes for today. Luka and Kyrie. I mean, they're gonna win some games together, but they're not gonna win any championships together. So that's my take on that. And we're finally here. we're in Super Bowl week. We are in Super Bowl week. I'm pumped, man. I took the day off Monday. Either way, I don't plan on sleeping that night if we win or lose. So I took that Monday off, man. But this game, um, it's going to be very, very, very special. Not only are I don't know if you've seen the numbers, but they have the same record. They both have a Kelsey brother. They both scored the same amount of points. This is probably the most even Super Bowl we've had in a long time, if not ever. This game is gonna literally come down to how both quarterbacks play. If both quarterbacks play well, it might take it to overtime or something. Both quarterbacks have to be special. I know Pat is going to be special, so it's going to go down. It's gonna come down to if Jalen Hurts can be special. Like I've been saying, if Jalen Hurts have a game like he had it with his first two playoff games this year, the Eagles have no chance, especially with the Chiefs defense getting sacks and getting turnovers. This is definitely a different Chiefs defense than the early part of the regular season. And we saw this. Remember when Pat won his first Super Bowl, the first half of the season, the defense was getting torched. The first half of that season, the defense were getting slayed. And then the second half, we went from being dead last in defense. Okay, we're in the middle of the pack. Okay, we're in the top 15 range by the time of the playoffs. And, the defense came up really big when they needed to in the first Super Bowl for Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. They gave up 24 quick points to the Texans, but, it was turnovers and drop passes and short fields. Okay, you give up a couple of quick points to Tennessee, but overall they contained Derrick Henry. And then in the Super Bowl, turnovers again, miscommunications, it looked like Pat was a little shaky during that game against the 49ers. And so at the beginning of the year, Chiefs defense was getting obliterated and giving up so many big plays, and secondary was doing all this foolishness. And then you get to the middle of the season, it was like, okay, we're getting stops. We're getting sacks. We're getting turnovers. And then the game against the Bengals, okay, you're containing Jamar Chase to a certain extent. You're not going to contain Jamar Chase fully, but that game showed more of how good we could play on defense. But you might look at that game and say, oh, but Joe Burrow did this and Jamar Chase did that. If our DBs can get their head turned around and play on the ball, some of those plays don't happen. Like you see what happened when Brian Cook get his head turned around, tip the ball, and we got a pick. You see what happened when we have the ability to, and remember, we're playing damn near 5-6 rookies on defense. And so these guys are learning as they go. These are not veterans. These are rookies playing heavy time important games as rookies. And there's 6 of them on our defense. So the defense, if you could contain, I think the Bengals receiving core is probably equal, if not better, than the Eagles, because you have Jamar Chase, okay, you have Jamar Chase, okay, AJ Brown, okay, you have a T Higgins, okay, Devontae Smith, okay, you have a Tyler Boyd, okay, Quez Watkins. Even though that difference, like that is a big difference between Tyler Boyd and Quez Watkins, but still, and you have the tight end Hayden Hurst, Dallas Goedert. So I believe if the Chiefs defense can do what they did against the Bengals receivers, against the Eagles receivers, the Eagles, I don't believe, have a chance. And the Chiefs' run defense has been pretty decent this year. You're gonna have to contain. You're gonna have to really keep an eye on Kenneth Gainwell. Um, he's been balling out this postseason. Miles Sanders has been balling the whole season, and you still can't forget about Boston Scott. So the Chiefs' defense has to be perfect, and Jalen Hurts on the other side has to be perfect because we all know what Pat's going to do. We all know what Andy Reid's going to cook up, what Bieniemy's going to cook up. We all know that situation over there is fine. How well will Jalen Hurts play? He has to play perfect. He has to find the open receiver. He has to hit those receivers. He has to avoid the mistakes. He has to run the ball a lot. I believe Kansas City has trouble with running quarterbacks. As you can see with Joe Burrow, Joe Burrow would rip us for a good 10, 15. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. Running quarterbacks has been a problem for the Chiefs for years. So, they Jalen Hurts have to play a perfect game. He has to throw at least 250 yards because the Eagles' defense can be had. We saw that against Minnesota. We saw that against the Cowboys. The Eagles' defense can get scored on. They can get yards on them. So the Eagles' defense has to man down and don't let Pat do all this special shit, which is hard. It's hard. He's Patrick Mahomes. He's the best NFL player in the freaking world. So the Eagles' defense has to bear down and play physical. You have to get physical with these guys because if you don't get physical with this Chiefs team, you're in for a world of trouble. Especially with Kelsey. Juju, he might be able to play. Kadarius Toney. Man, Kadarius Toney, everybody was like, oh, Odell this, Odell that, and what receiver we getting? Kadarius Toney, when he's in the game, man, he just has to stay in the game. Kadarius Toney has to play. If the Kadarius Toney can be healthy, man, oh, good luck Eagles, man. So and for the Chiefs, man, those guys have to step up, man. There's no Mecole, which is gonna suck. I feel like Mecole could have been the X factor during this game. But we get Clyde back. I don't know how much Clyde is gonna play. I mean, we get him back. I don't know how much he's gonna play. Andy Reid might scheme up a couple of plays for Clyde, but I think Pacheco has established himself as our true number one running back. So, man, it's Super Bowl week, man. Super Bowl week. That's what we're talking about most of the week. So up until the game. So, man, I'm excited. Score and predictions are coming Friday. Going live as well on Friday. So scores and predictions will be on my live stream on Friday. So I mean, we already know who's gonna win, but just to make it official. Quick video today. That's all we got for today. Be back tomorrow. I will be back tomorrow. We're gonna put out a video Monday through Friday. We're gonna try to get this thing rolling. We're gonna try to put out a video every day. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank y'all for tuning in, and y'all have a good one.